Hello everyone, good morning. How are you today? I hope you're doing good, especially for this time of pandemic. Please be safe as always. So today class, we will be having our discussion about the issues pertaining to educational leadership, particularly of mentoring, coaching, and empowerment. Let us first read our objectives. So our objectives of the day: Number 1, identify the qualities of a good coach and mentor. Number 2, give the importance of empowerment in educational leadership. And number 3, determine how coaching, mentoring, and empowering help you to become a good leader. So before we go on to our discussion, I have a question first. Number 1, do you know someone who is or are worthy of being called a mentor or coach? Number 2, is he or she been trained to serve in such a role or been formally assigned to help you? And number 3, what are those qualities or attitudes that you consider them as a mentor or coach? So, let us define it further. So according to our source, if coaching or mentoring will be adopted by a leader, then problems will be minimized in an organization. In instances where the followers need clarifications from their leaders, it will be a great issue if they are denied for some enlightenment from the leaders. Therefore, as a good and caring mentor, a leader must give answers to lead the followers to the standard set in the performance of their task. Now let us discuss what are those qualities of being a good mentor, a good coach, and the importance of empowerment. So let us begin with the qualities of mentoring. So a good mentor is committed to the role of mentoring, meaning the good mentor is highly committed to the task of helping each other to achieve a common goal or success. Second, the good mentor is skilled at providing instructional support, meaning you are willing to impart your knowledge as a mentor for the improvement of their performances. And third, a good mentor is a model of a continuous learner. So you are transparent and open to learn from colleagues, to pursue a professional growth, being a model. And the last one is the good mentor communicates hope and optimism. Of course, you are to affirm the human potential by emerging them to see the bright side of every storm. So if you are a good mentor, or if you consider yourself a good mentor, then you must have all of these qualities. Actually, these are just some of the qualities of a good mentor, but there are lots of qualities to be a good mentor. How about coaching? What are those qualities of being a good coach? Now, coaching has the ability to inspire, impact change, support, and cheer everyone. So the qualities of being a good coach: first, building relationships. In building relationships, everyone needs to have a relationship built on respect and trust. There has to be a need for communication, expression of concerns, and to impact teaching and learning. Second, it must be student-focused. So in effective coaching, it involves coaches and teachers working together in student-focused conversations targeted at what student needs. Then third, we have the data-informed decisions. So in data-informed decisions, you have to see the data first, analyze the data before making any conclusions. And fourth, questioning without judgment. Of course, in questions, the questions should not be asked for the sake of questions themselves, but for the purpose of ensuring student learning as the goal. And the last one, we have the staying current and best practices. So it involves the use of instructional practices to meet the student's need. And lastly, what is the importance of empowering teachers to respond to change or to educational leadership? So with high levels of changes expected, schools must set up structures that help teachers share their best thinking and manage change effectively. So as a teacher, know that life is full of challenges. The way we work it out, the way we handle those things, the way we communicate with those challenges, it really requires patience, passion, understanding, and some other positive personalities that we can apply to make every task successful, and each of the team will remain united and stronger together by virtue of power and righteousness and through the authority given to a person or to a particular person to perform such duty. So, how are these three, the coaching, the mentoring, and empowering, helps you to become a good leader? So, for me, we all know that being a good leader or an effective leader is not an easy task. Being a coach, a mentor, and to help empower the individual was a big responsibility. But in order for me to become a good leader or effective leader, I should have those qualities that can help me to empower myself, especially that the changes or the learnings we want to see with others must begin first with ourselves. As they said, you must walk with the talk. It means before you share it to others or before you involve others without responsibility, before you train them for such task or before you involve them with that activities, you have to experience first with yourself, because it is you who will train them, it is you who will lead them, it is you who will impart your knowledge to them. And how can you impart your knowledge to them if you yourself doesn't have that experiences? So for me, it helps me to realize that to become a good leader is to become more passionate, to become more understanding, to become more knowledgeable, and to discover something that I don't believe I can. Because being a leader, you must stand with a role. You must stand with the responsibility entrusted to you. So, for you to be able to bear an effective leaders too, then begin to be an effective leader with yourself. Effective leader with your surroundings or to the community where you belong. Especially for being an educator, I have to be strong, I have to be open-minded, and I have to be sensitive for the needs of my students, learners, or my colleagues in the workplace, because that is meant for me to um, to be what I wanted to be. So it helps me to become a good leader by teaching me, by educating me myself, on how to be a good leader. So that would be all for our discussion today. And you can also answer the question, the last question, how can coaching, empowering, and mentoring helps you also to become a good leader or an effective leader? So I hope that you learned something from me today, and thank you so much for your participation. God bless you and keep safe always.